You're fired. You won't believe what Triple H just did to Seth Rollins for his attack on Roman Reigns. Welcome back, WWE Insider. In the suffocating quiet of a packed arena, just moments after the cameras cut away from Monday Night Raw, Triple H's voice sliced through the backstage chaos like a guillotine, his words aimed at Seth Rollins with chilling finality. You're fired, Seth. Your attack on Roman crossed a line we can't uncross, a gut punch verdict that left the Visionary's world in ruins, his dreams shattered amidst the wreckage of a bloodied tribal chief and a fractured brotherhood. Please like, share, and subscribe for more WWE content. The attack wasn't born in a vacuum. It erupted from months of simmering backstage tension, where Seth, the architect of chaos, had watched his once ironclad bond with Roman Reigns splinter under the weight of egos and ambition, their Shield days a distant memory now poisoned by jealous glares across catering tables, Seth's festering resentment finally exploding in a brutal curb stomp that left Roman motionless on the mat. Betrayal cut deeper than any steel chair, Seth's actions a knife in the back of the man he'd once called brother, the same man who'd stood by him through sleepless nights of self-doubt in their early days. Roman's eyes, usually fierce, flashing with hurt as he gasped for air, the crowd's boos drowning out Seth's own ragged breaths, his heart screaming that this wasn't just a storyline, but a personal war. Grief shadowed Seth's every step, not just for the brotherhood lost but for the ghosts of their past. Dean Ambrose's departure from WWE still a raw wound, his absence a void that made every Shield reunion feel like chasing a fading dream, Seth's late-night texts to Jon Moxley going unanswered, each silence a reminder of bonds broken by time and choice. Health crises had already tested Seth's resolve, his spine a roadmap of scars from years of high-risk dives, the chronic pain flaring with every step, doctors' warnings ringing in his ears during lonely hotel nights, while Roman's own leukemia battle loomed in Seth's mind, making his attack feel like a betrayal not just of trust, but of a man who'd already defied death. Scandal swirled in the aftermath, social media erupting with fan footage of Seth's unscripted assault, hashtags like #SethSnaps trending as insiders leaked whispers of Rollins' growing frustration with WWE's creative direction, his demands for a bigger spotlight clashing with Roman's untouchable status, painting Seth as the villain in a drama that felt too raw for kayfabe. Death's specter hung heavy, not just in Roman's near-miss health scares but in the recent loss of a locker room veteran, a mentor whose sudden passing to a stroke had left Seth staring at old photos, his laughter with the old-timer now a haunting echo, pushing him to lash out, to prove he was still alive in a world that felt like it was burying him. Family breakdowns added fuel to the fire, Seth's marriage to Becky Lynch strained by the Rhodes' relentless grind, their daughter Rue's innocent questions, why's daddy always mad, cutting deeper than any loss, while Roman's bloodline fractured under the weight of loyalty tests, cousins whispering behind his back, family dinners replaced by cold silences. Backstage tension crackled like static before Raw went live, producers tiptoeing around Seth's locker room, where he shadowboxed in silence, his knuckles bruised from practice swings, the air thick with the scent of liniment and regret, colleagues like Sami Zayn exchanging wary glances, knowing one wrong word could ignite the powder keg. You could feel the weight of it in Seth's pacing, his flamboyant gear a stark contrast to the storm in his eyes, memories of Roman's forgiveness after past betrayals, 2014's chair shot still a scar on their history, now clashing with the rage that drove him to attack, a man torn between love for his brother and the need to be seen as his own legend. Triple H, the Game, stood in his office like a weary king, his own history of betrayals, Orton, Batista, etched into his tired eyes, his decision to fire Seth not just business but personal, a father figure forced to punish the son he'd molded, his voice breaking as he delivered the news, the room heavy with the ghosts of their shared past in the ring. The attack itself was a blur of fury, Seth's music hitting as he sprinted from the crowd, no script in sight, his knee driving into Roman's skull with a sickening thud, the arena erupting in chaos as blood pooled under the tribal chief, Seth's own scream lost in the roar, a mix of triumph and instant regret as he saw Roman's lifeless form. Betrayal peaked in that moment, not just Seth's but the system's, WWE's unspoken rule that loyalty to the brand trumped all. Seth's attack a rebellion against a machine that had sidelined his vision for Roman's empire. The crowd's mixed chants a mirror to his own conflicted soul, torn between hero and heel. Grief surged as Seth was dragged away by security, his eyes locked on Roman, medics swarming, the image of his brother's bloodied face searing into his memory. A flashback to hospital visits during Roman's cancer fight, Seth's whispered promises to protect him now broken, tears falling as he realized he'd become the monster he swore to slay. Health crises loomed larger in the fallout. Roman rushed to the with a suspected concussion, his family's frantic calls flooding his phone, while Seth faced his own reckoning, trainers noting his erratic vitals, the toll of stress and injury pushing him to the edge, his defiance masking a body screaming for rest. Scandal exploded on X, fans and pundits dissecting Seth's motives, some calling it a work, others swearing it was a shoot. Leaked texts from Seth to a confidant. "I couldn't let him overshadow me anymore." Fueling the fire, the WWE universe split between those who saw a man fighting for his legacy and those who saw a traitor. Family breakdowns hit their peak in a quiet moment backstage, Becky waiting in their hotel room, her voice trembling over the phone. "Seth, what have you done to us?" Their daughter asleep in the next room, unaware of the fracture, while Roman's cousins rallied around him, their loyalty a wall Seth could no longer breach. Backstage tension reached a boiling point as Triple H faced the roster post-show, his voice steady but eyes red, explaining Seth's firing as a necessity to protect the family, wrestlers like Cody Rhodes nodding grimly, the locker room a battlefield of divided loyalties, the air heavy with the fear that one wrong move could end anyone's dream. The emotional climax came as Seth stood alone in the parking lot, his gear bag slung over his shoulder, staring at the arena's fading lights, his termination sinking in like a slow bleed. The man who'd burned it all down now whispering to himself, was it worth it? A question that lingered like a ghost, unanswered, as he walked into the night. In the wreckage of this seismic night, we're left with the truth that in WWE's brutal world, loyalty is a fragile vow, love a battlefield, and legacies are built on the scars we dare to bear. Stay with WWE Insider for the stories that cut deeper than any ring bell. And tell us in the comments, can Seth redeem himself, or is this the end of the visionary?